Okay, continuing on in the employer application for the Going Pro Talent Fund online system. We have already completed in a prior video this employer info section, the tax obligations, and the contacts. And now we are into kind of the meat of the application. This is perhaps the most important part of the entire application. In this section, you're going to explain your ask, what you're requesting, and why you are requesting funds for the training. This section is worth up to a total of 45 points, and it accounts for over half of the 85 possible application points, so incredibly important. This first section here is called Rationale for Request, and this is worth 5 points, up to 5 points, rather. In this section, what you're going to do is you're going to describe who your company is and what it does. This section could include a brief history on what the footprint is in Michigan of your company, a description of any products or services provided by your company. It is essentially a snapshot of your company. And it just does say here that the narrative must be explained below in its entirety. Don't simply attach a separate document with this narrative. So go ahead and put any information about the introduction of your company in here. And so you may attach something in this attachment section to explain additionally, if you had a brochure or something like that. But I would say concentrate on this and do this well to maximize the points in this section. So we are just going to enter some kind of gibberish here just because we're going to move on. This is going to just give you the gist of this. Then we're going to save and continue. And the rationale part was saved. And now we're moving on to this business case section. This is all part of the rationale. So this section is worth up to 25 points. Huge. It's a huge section. And it should describe your training needs and the impact any training received would have on your company. They've given some examples of key points. Explain what will happen if you don't receive these training dollars. This is basically your space to make your case. And it's your opportunity to share for the training placement and retention needs, galvanizing issues, and anticipated impact. So this is where you say why you need what you need. And again, here are some examples. The narrative must be encased here in this box in its entirety. Don't just attach a separate document with the narrative. We want it to be actually part of the application embedded in here. And you can include any COVID-related impact, if applicable, in this section. You may attach any documents to support your statements in the attachment section. And then when you're done with this, we're just going to go ahead and enter some more stuff in here. And then we're going to save and continue. Now we are still in this rationale for request. We've handled the introduction and the business case. And now we're going to move on to this impact of previous Going Pro Talent Fund awards, if applicable. Use this section to tell the application committee what good things previous Going Pro awards have caused to occur. There are some prompts listed here, and others may include individuals promoted at a higher rate and any backfilling that occurred. So if you were able to promote someone to fill their position, that's a great thing that they'd like to hear about. Any training that led to growth or improvement in morale, company culture, addition of business. So then they also give you these increase of retention of revenue due to previous Going Pro funded training. Were there things you were able to do because you got the funding that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise? Was there business that you were able to bring into your company that you would not have gotten without the impact of the training? Also, previous outcomes and performance on Going Pro funded awards, such as the number trained, hired, being more than projected. That's also a great point. So this impact statement is also a very important part. So these, you would go ahead and fill that information in. We'll put that in there and then save and continue. Next section here is going to be the training that is needed. So we've completed the rationale portion, and we're moving on to this training needed information. This is going to be an explanation of types of training and the need for each of those trainings. Examples of possible training tie-ins are listed. Linkages would include filling high growth job openings, upgrading incumbent worker skills, establishing career pathways, talent pipeline management activities, et cetera, et cetera. You would include the name of the training, the description of the training, and how it will benefit employees, as well as the anticipated results of training. So this is particularly relevant when you're looking to bring in some of these things like leadership training, management, online, process improvement, project management, and safety training. And we have some of those things listed into the eligible training guidelines. And so you're going to want to make sure if you use any items on this list with the leadership management, et cetera, that those tie-ins are strongly supported. Why would you have to have management training? You're going to want to list those trainings. You're going to want to list how each training ties into the need that you're looking to accomplish. And then once you are done with this, you would have, like I said, each type of training would have an explanation and how each training ties into the need. You have to explain it and entirely hit every single training that you're looking to do. And I'm going to put some information in there, and then we're going to save and continue. Now we have saved this information, and now we're going to, the last section we'll deal with in this short video is going to be training information. So this is the dates. These are the dates that the Going Pro Talent Fund funded training will begin and end. So this is encompassing the entire award period for this application. So think bookends. So your start date, then all your training will occur, and then your end date. This encompasses everything. So we're going to say that it cannot start before February of 2021. We're going to use this little calendar because this is going to say that this is an invalid date. So we're going to do this. We're going to click through here, and we're going to say February 1st is the first day. And then we're going to click on through, and let's say we're going to have all our training wrapped up by December 31st. And then save and continue. And that encompasses the training need. And the next section that we'll talk about will deal with training providers. And don't miss that video.